capitalization of, you know, just the spiritual component of what our Hawaiians truly believe in, and how it's being, what is the perfect word to use by private developers, just to get the so-called trump card, to think that they can do anything in no matter where they go in Hawaii. And it's utilizing our own people to benefit off of lands that they feel need to be blessed. Yeah. I put out some discouraging remarks pertaining to those kinds of things, because, you know, we're losing that component of aloha here in Hawaii. Especially, you know, knowing, like for us, me and my wife was up in San Diego for a conference, then all of a sudden we get word from my kids saying that there's a bunch of people down on the bottom of our property that want to do a so-called ceremony in blessing a hydro plant. Yeah, because this hydro plant is supposed to bring in revenues for the county and revenues for the private gated communities, and well, basically it's all about money. So it's really disheartening for us, you know, to continuously just get dragged about in the so-called contemporary mind of these trespassers that can literally go any place in the Kahulaui of Hawaii with one priest, yeah, and do this blasphemy kind of things, these paganistic rituals, by blessing lands that have been blessed, you know, continuously by the fruits of its labor. And now we no longer have that, you know, that so-called contemporary, real simple lifestyle anymore. Now it's all more business oriented. It's like these people feel that, you know, they have the right to do whatever they want because they acquired a warranty title deed to go up in the Kahulaui and do whatever they want. For me, you know, I'm dealing with some heavy issues because my father had to fall witness and pray to this so-called ritual that would happen just adjacent to his kuleana, his birthplace, his place of, you know, his upbringing, to bear witness to, you know, these kinds of things that happen without consideration. And I just, like, you know, find solutions for those kinds of things that, in despite individuals may claim that they wasn't a part of, by being present to me, you support. And today, because of technology, you know, these private sectors like to use these kind of individuals as a trump card, as a token, or as you know, like a poster child to say that these people were present. We did a prayer, and from the prayer asking for the hydro plant to be in full operation so we can provide electricity for the newer generations downhill. At the same time, our kuleana still live under a kukui, still don't want to accept that so-called new generation of lifestyle, that we just want to be left alone, but they'll never, you know, it's not in their mindset to allow for that kind of dialogue, because it's all about money. And it's really sad that because it's all about money, that people turn a blind eye to, you know, just kupuna. The kupuna that is standing there, you know, waiting for somebody to kahea, is pertaining to why they come, why are they present, and what they're willing to do, or what they're willing to talk about. But that never happened. What really would happen was the fact that my father was disrespected. Yeah. He wasn't even acknowledged. They couldn't even look off the ground. They just did whatever they did. They did their pulley with my dad standing there on the outside. And, you know, after that, a day later, the machine went broke. So, which only tells me, okay, you know, heaven no kawaha, that in your wicked ways there shall be cataclysmic things that may happen, and it happen. And now I don't know whether or not we fall blame to those kinds of things because we wasn't a part of the ceremony and the machine went broke down. So I don't know if we're gonna get hit with a contemporary kind of life that we subjected to live under their rules, which basically ain't gonna happen for me. That now that the pump house is broken, I guess the pulley never work. That we're just waiting to see what's gonna happen next. But it's continual. Our life has been basically determined by a stranger that came to our valley that has dragged us through courts time and time again to find clarity as pertaining to where he fit in within our life. It's not to a point as to where we sit down at the table and we meet and say, okay, here's the border, here's the fence. No. It's like your fence, your border belongs to me, and you need to leave. That's the kind of attitude we're facing with. And that for people to condone of these blessings for these private sectors, well, shame on them. Because a time gonna come, and let's hope that it isn't too late when you start to realize that you've been played by these people who are coming to this place, and the only thing they want to do is profit of the last remaining things that we hold so dear. And that's just basically our ohana. So, anything else?
If anybody would like to know any more from you, how maybe reach it?
Yeah, I think the best way to keep in touch, I've been sending some emails out there, and wow, this thing went kind of crazy. But Facebook is one way, Keeaumoku Kapu on Facebook. You send me one invite and I'll answer that. It's always good to get some feedback. A lot of positive feedback came back, a lot of discouragement came back. We need to do something about ourselves. And I think one of the solutions that we need to find is we need to encourage everybody that we have to be courageous. We have to implement more strength within ourselves so we don't fall prey to the so-called developers dangling the carrot, say you can do this for me, I give you this kind of thing. I think we way past that mentality already, and that our resources are limited now. Or not only just resources, but our family resources. Development is coming now, and they expect us to change our ways because change is coming. And if we don't change our ways, then we're going to get caught up in a rat race. Well, that only tells me that we have no choice. But Akua tells me we get choice. So Facebook is on way, or my email, kulianavalley@yahoo.com is another good way to get in touch. And I sent one email out there, one last email, hoping to mihi with the people that was involved, and I'm only talking about the Kanaka side, that we need to come together, because enough already about these private landowners thinking that they can use our families for do these kinds of things. That I think our families and people out there, we need to strengthen each other's will, strengthen each other's longevity, and sit at the same table once again like we did before. And now is the time that we need to strategize to just say enough is enough already. If you guys want something done, don't come to one Hawaii, go to one church. Like if people want their house blessed, why they gonna come to one Kanaka for do these kinds of rituals just so they can bless their property so the night marchers don't come inside their house? My mentality is, hey, if I'm going to do blessings, I'm going to wake up your place and I'm going to tell the night marchers come move in with you. And that's how Hawaiian style is. You never close the doors. You never put up the fences. You never restrict male confliction to be a part of your household. That's a family unit. And when you start thinking about just the betterment of just only yourself, bad things are going to come. And how it's evident and how it happened up there. And I like to believe that that's why the thunder and lightning is going off right now, is because my father, I think he's staying in the valley and he's doing his little thing and he's making the clouds dance up there right now because of the pilikia that will happen just a week ago. I really care for my dad. He doesn't deserve this. He almost making 80 already. And for him to have to endure these kinds of things when we're not home, you know, make me scared come down. Maybe I just stay inside the valley and just batten down and hold down and see what's gonna come next. But hard because we gotta come down here and we gotta watch the forefront before it gets more high up the hill. So, yeah. Como maloko I kahale, I'd be very open to discuss more dialogue is pertaining to how we in Apo Kanaka, everybody, they get different ideas and different organizations, and you know, just within one Kahulaui is one organization, and if we can umbrella all those organizations to come together, then we can work on positive things on how we can be the steering mechanism to drive our values that we hold dear in the direction that the thing needs to go. Because right now, every public relation, county, state, developer, yeah, gets somebody's number inside their pocket to call for these kinds of rituals to be done without consensus of the people of this Pai'aina. And when you only get certain people that would condone of these kinds of things, then you get pili killed. Like for us, this is one torch that is going to be burning bright, especially when the day we go in front of the courts again during jury trial with this land company, or even anything that comes up with this land company. It's not going to be pretty. Yeah, we're going definitely protect our values that we hold dear, and we're going to make sure that this thing never happens again for anybody to have to endure standing on the outside watching somebody come to your home start changing the furniture around. So mahalo no kako e na po'e o Hawaii nei, aloha no, mahalo.
Back in the day, long before that white man came, when the few blood of Polynesian filled these